Say nigger.
Holy shit.
Victory.
Put your pussy fingers to the moon. So normally any type of review I would do would be on my second channel, Some Black Media, but you know, this is way too important to just put on a secondary channel. And I am just excited as fuck to just break this down, you know, because I love iDubbbz's Content Cop series. So we all suspected it and our prayers were answered, and the Tana Mongeau was content copped, and it was glorious. A 20-minute video of just pure destruction. He definitely put a lot of effort into it. It was great, you know, especially the trip. You know, he has also a standalone video on his second channel of the trip of going to meet up with Tana Mongeau, and it was just fantastic just seeing that spliced in between it. It was like he was telling a story in between, just also critiquing her and just showing how ridiculous of a person she is. In a little way, I feel kind of bad for her, only because, you know, she's kind of young and naive, you know, very stupid, and sometimes you just can't, like, it's like when you see someone that's like really stupid and they don't kind of know any better, and you kind of feel like, well, I don't know, you can't blame them, they're stupid. But at the same time, she's aware enough to what she was doing since she's a story time teller, with inflating the story and everything like that, and just being very stupid, treating her audience like shit, you know, because she can. Unfortunately, a lot of people that watch her content are very stupid as well. That's just the truth. And so she's able to exaggerate stories like this whole nigger situation. Now, like iDubbbz said, if she would have just handled it in a different way, like say just kind of brushed it off, it wouldn't have blown up to the way that it actually did.
If during the event where I came and said, say nigger, if you just said, wow, you're a very uncomfortable person, and you're not very funny, what a pathetic joke, you would have just destroyed me. But you couldn't do that, because you're the most predictable human being on the planet.
So even though she's really stupid, then I also have to take a step back and realize that she said some pretty fucked up shit, and iDubbbz really emphatically mentions how much ill will she has towards him.
What the fuck I did to iDubbbz to deserve any of this?
Broke both of his legs and lost all of his subscribers, I would be genuinely happy.
I don't know what I did to this human being.
Broke both of his legs.
I don't understand what I did to deserve this.
Broke both of his legs and lost all of his subscribers, I would be genuinely happy. Like, he's a terrible person.
One of the best things about the video is how iDubbbz explains how you can't just make this one word like completely offensive and then have all these other slurs and everything else like just, it's okay, you know, that's in the ballpark, but everything else is off limits.
We are very fucking stupid to hold the word nigger at this colossally high standard, whereas every other slur, that can be used in a comedic sense or an editorial sense, but not this one, because that one has history. Well, guess what, fucking retards? All the other ones have history too.
And that's one of the main focuses on this video, because there's still a lot of people that are debating whether you should be able to say it or not, depending on the context or whatever. And I already explained in my previous video that I don't really care if you say it as long as you don't use it in a derogatory way towards me or other people, stuff like that. And you have some other people that may disagree with that, but I mean, it really comes down to that. Another argument that's made is that, oh, we don't want to normalize it because then kids are gonna start saying it and like they're gonna think it's all okay and willy-nilly, but I disagree with that. As long as kids have some good parents that explain to them like how words work and stuff like that, especially racial slurs or anything like that, they should be okay. And let me give you an example. When I was growing up, my mom did not like me listening to hip-hop, a lot of gangster rap or whatever, and I remember when there was some albums that I wanted her to buy from me, because obviously I didn't have any money yet, and she was gonna make me write an essay just so I could differentiate between like fantasy and reality, that a lot of these dudes that are rapping are just making up stories, and if they were thugs, they're not as thuggish as they were before or anything like that, and if these words were true, they would probably be in fucking jail. And so I explained to her that I understood that, because I didn't want to write any fucking essay. I explained to her, she got it, and then she was like, cool, you know? And so I think if parents kind of take that same approach, if they just let their kids understand, like, hey, nigger, it's just a word, however, it can be very harmful to some people. You don't want to use it and call it, and you don't want to use it all willy-nilly. But at the same time, you don't want people to lose their fucking minds and act like the world has been shattered just because of a fucking word. But let's get back to the whole review of the entire video. you know, this thing is fucking brilliant. Like, say 20 minutes can just pass by so quickly when you're so engaged in something. And I will say that iDubbbz is a genius. He's definitely one of the best content creators on YouTube. This guy does have something special. I mean, this thing got blown up and built up so much that less than 24 hours it already has 3 million views. I would fucking love to have even a tiny fraction of something like that in 24 hours, because Jesus Christ, man, that just shows you how much people are just willing to watch your content, and for good reasons. This isn't just like a shit show. This isn't some clickbaity bullshit. This isn't, oh, I was colorblind and now I can see, you know, type of clickbaity bullshit. This is just straight up content comp Tana Mongeau, and people are flocking to it, and for a great reason. It's fucking brilliant. Now, I will say, in my opinion, this isn't his best content comp. Now, it is the best edited. I think this is his progression is definitely unchallenged. But the whole thing is that, like, there was people like Leafy, for example, that the takedown was so much more colder and so much more brutal, and I think it also had such a major impact on Leafy's life. It also inspired other people to really start, you know, bringing out other dirt that on Leafy, things that he's done before, and his channel gratefully suffered, you know. And the thing is, Leafy could have saved himself, but even when he went on that fucking baited podcast, he was trying to defend what his actions, you know, basically trying to ruin Keemstar's career and shit like that, and that was the wrong fucking way to go. Now, what I'm gonna say about Tana Mongeau, she didn't do anything nearly as bad. She did say some really fucked up shit, like she wants iDubbbz's career to be ended too, but you know, she's also, I said she's stupid, and she's also brainwashed by this whole white guilt era, so there's that. But now she can handle this the right way. She can just be very genuine and be like, I fucked up, I'm sorry. But if she wants to be like Leafy and be like, oh, I stand by my actions and shit, I stand by my words, that her fucking channel can suffer greatly. But however, since she's in the storytime business and anything, she's not a commentator or anything like that, really. So I don't think she's gonna suffer that greatly. You know, her whole shtick is mainly on beauty and just talking shit about random crappy fake stories. So there's always gonna be that view. There's always gonna be that like avenue for her to exploit, excuse me. So if I had to actually rate this, you know, since this is a review, I would say I would give it this like a 9 out of 10, because like I said before, I think the Leafy one was actually a little bit better. I would give that one a 10 out of 10. It's just, and it's not, and it has nothing to do with just like, oh, since I actually know, I'm well more aware of Leafy than Tana. It's not that. It's just like reviewing, watching them back and forth too. Things that I've done, going back to it, and I was just like, this is much more of a like a well-deserved takedown. And fuck, man, the ripples. And I just think that, you know, this one was fantastic. It was blown up very well, but at the same time, like, Tana, like, I think she will recover, because she still has this fucking massive audience that just, they're not very skeptical whatsoever. Like, she'll lose like a few thousands of subscribers, but I think that's where it's gonna stop, you know? So I just want to say major props to iDubbbz. You know, you did it again. And I also want to say, dude, I'm still waiting. I don't know what's going on, but hey, I'm gonna be in Cali pretty fucking soon, so we gotta get those frosties on some rollerblades, man. I mean, what is this, you know?
In the famous words of Tana Mongeau,
kill yourself.
But that's all I really have to say on it. There's so much more that I can explore into it, but I don't want this video to be just as long as the content cop. And so you guys let me know what you think about it. Like, tell me about your greatest parts on it, things that you really liked about it. If you disagreed with anything, I would actually be very, very interested into reading comments like that, because, you know, dissent is beautiful. It's a beautiful fucking thing. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Pussy fingers, pussy fingers. Pussy fingers, pussy fingers, pussy fingers, pussy fingers. And thanks for this, man. I appreciate you.